Hello, friends. Today we're going to be talking about striving for perfection. How many can identify with that? Perhaps all of us. But it is one of the 5 most common defenses that we can build if we struggle with a fear of rejection. We think if we do everything perfectly, people will accept us and we'll be successful. Let me tell you about an experience I had when I was probably around 9. It was field day at my elementary school. So we were all gathered out there on teams. I was part of a relay race. I was the 4th person. Of course, I was scared to death. I hardly could eat any breakfast, and I didn't talk to anybody until our particular race started. So the first runner started down the field, and of course everybody's yelling and clapping, the crowds are gathering and yelling for their children, I'm sure. And then the second person grabs the baton, starts running. As she is nearing the 3rd part of our relay race, my heart was just coming out of me. My legs felt like rubber. I was just scared. And so as that 3rd runner came toward me, I absolutely froze. She got closer and closer. I finally put my arm out to grab the baton. I could hear my classmates saying, "Run, Gail, run." But instead of running, I held onto the baton, turned around, and dashed into the crowd. I have no idea what their response was. I actually don't remember anything that happened after that. Don't remember anything about the next day. I'm sure there was some talk, but maybe not. Maybe it was all over for them. But I was so scared that I could not run. And that memory has really stuck with me. And when I began seeing that as a defense against this fear of rejection that then connected so many dots for me in my life, I saw that I thought I had to run the best, and I know that I realized in my mind that I was going to be the last runner to cross the finish line. But I have learned as an adult that God is not looking for perfection. He's not standing there with a stopwatch to make sure that our foot goes across the finish line first. He just wants us to experience the race. And I have learned so much from that 9-year-old experience to now, but still that perfectionist tendency still tries to rob me in my life, but I've learned to give it over to God. But in this video, I just want us to really think about that. And even as most of you are adults now, I'm sure that you want to be excellent in what you do, and excellence is great, but being perfectionist is not, because what happens is it holds us in bondage, just like the other 4 defenses that we've talked about: performing and wearing an invisible mask, building a wall, or building a facade. And this one is very hard to get rid of. Now, in a later video, I will tell you the choices you can make that would really set you free. But for this video, I want you to begin to realize that we are seeing this differently when we have a fear of rejection. We're seeing it much differently than God. And He is there just saying, do the best you can. just experience the race. And so as we think about these defenses, which are holding us in isolation, hiding us from people, keeping us from interacting freely and happily with other people because we're afraid of what they're going to think, especially if we don't think we've measured up or we don't think we've been the success that everyone else wants us to be. So just some things to think about as we talk about living in captivity, eventually tearing down those defenses, living in freedom. This is all leading up to how can we be free and live the life that God intended us to live. So we will continue on. I'll look forward to talking to you soon. Bye.